Sometimes the best figures aren't the ones that impress you right out of the box. They're the ones that grow on you, the ones you don't fully appreciate until you spent some time with them. This is the InArt Severus Snape from Harry Potter and the Half-Blood Prince. When I first opened it, I didn't actually understand the hype. I don't feel as blown away as I feel like I should have been. But the more time I spent with it, my opinion very drastically changed. This video we're going to be reviewing and showing my initial reaction and comparing and contrasting how my thought process developed over time. I definitely wasn't disappointed. Let's stick around and see if it's actually worth the current price tag, which is around £500. First thing I want to start with is the packaging. Now, the box is premium. This is exactly what you'd expect when it comes to InArt. With the price tag they charge, you know, this looks sleek, it looks clean. Everything about it just speaks, this is a premium product. Like the Severus Snape artwork on the front, just glistening with the shiny silver. So a lot of the time with Hot Toys, when they do their DX line, it's like deceivingly big. But this box is huge and it has a lot of stuff inside. So let's just move on to the inside, shall we? This is my very first InArt experience. When I was actually opening up the box, I was expecting to be absolutely blown away, like straight from the get-go. So when I opened it, I felt a little bit like, oh, I really didn't understand the hype. And it kind of felt like what I was looking at was like a very generic body, clothing, etc. So that does actually bring me to the head sculpt. What I want to talk about before we even discuss how he looks with the head on the body is how to actually detach the head from the little container that it's in. It's very confusing for me. Now, I struggle with this, as you're going to see. You don't twist. You just put it straight off. If you do have trouble and you've already pulled off and the magnet isn't clear and the little plastic bit is obstructing the magnet, just put it back on, twist it, and then pull it back off again. So this might save you some time. I spent a good 20 minutes trying to actually figure out how to get it out, and it was just put it back on, take it off. Simple as that. So, you know, after getting it off, I was already a little bit frustrated, but that was my fault. I should have actually had a look how to do that instead of getting myself worked up about it. Head sculpt on the body, it looks a lot better. Now, when I was hearing about InArt online, I was thinking, is the skin going to feel any different to like any other 6 scale? Is it going to feel like rubbery? It feels the same. It is still obviously just like a plastic. So that was another thing I was thinking, oh, that feels very, very strange. Like, where is the hype? I'm not sure why there's the big fuss. I was kind of thinking it would feel a lot more skin textured or something like that. But it was when I looked close up at the details in the light box and the resemblance to Alan Rickman it's undoubtedly there. It is uncanny. Like with the different tones of lighting, brings out all of the details, like the very small details they've got with his face, just the face shape, the skin texture, everything about it is absolute perfection. The rooted hair is absolutely mind-blowing. Now, the reason they ship the head separate in like that container is so the hair stays in place and doesn't get messed up during the shipping process, which obviously it has worked. The main selling point for me with this is the eye feature. This is something I have never seen before with anything. Now, it's like a little wand and it's got a magnet on the end, and all you do, press it on the face, on one of the eyes. You can press it like here, 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 and both of the eyes will move. So you're not messing about, taking the head off, moving the eyes. You just press it down like that. You basically get him looking phenomenal in just a little tap. It's like almost every direction you put it in looks great. When it turned up for me, his eye was wonky somehow. Oh, God, no, that's not the best first impression. Again, they've got movable eyes, so I've got him out. There's a bit of a wonky eye going on. I don't even know if that was visible on camera. It wasn't a good first impression for me, seeing his eye all over the place. But once you get it going, God, I can really see where the praise comes from. What I have heard is that magnets in the eyes lose effectiveness over time. This one doesn't. I got it straight out of the box. But I guess that would be something to consider going forward if you are going to make a hefty purchase. I move them around a little bit. It's not something I really want to wear down. I think once you've got it, it's best just to leave it. But knowing that you can just do something that easy, it is phenomenal. Best feature I've ever seen in a 6 scale figure. And this is the go-to for all of InArt's figures. And I mean, it took what I found as like a bit of a I don't get the hype kind of moment into a, yeah, I get it. And now there's a lot of people that don't like rooted hair, but InArt have done it so well. I think it's when you start messing around with rooted hair, it can look messy. I mean, it gives you more customization options, but quite frankly, the way they send it to you, is the way that it should be intended. So enough about the head sculpt and how that was crafted to perfection. I want to talk about the body, costume and clothing. They send him in his regular clothes plus his black overcoat robe. I think he looks more effective with the robe on, but obviously it's down to your discretion whether you want to use it or not. There's honestly so much fabric going into this that I thought this was going to be terrible for articulation. Articulation is something I'm going to get into in a minute, but I will say it does not affect it at all. And I was so impressed with how the arm movement can just reach all the way up here, even with that many layers. The thing that frustrated me out the box was the tie. When I was trying to get the head sculpt onto the body, anytime I try and adjust the neck piece, the tie would just come off, and it was very finicky to try and get back on. So we'll see. But my first thoughts, damn it. See, this is what keeps happening. This bloody, it's like a tie keeps coming off. Oh, I'm struggling here. Oh, it's come out again. I swear to God. So yeah, as you can see, I was not having a good time. But this was again me being very amateurish, and hopefully me warning you, if you are planning on getting a Snape figure, you should be able to avoid the nightmare and the hassle that I just caused for myself. Back to the robe. It has a nice weight to it. It hangs well. And I mean, the collar sits correctly too. The fact that the head is a magnet, that's so much better than just a plastic clip-on. There's so many things done right here. Lord knows how many times from like third-party brands that neck pieces just snap. Even Hot Toys ones, they can snap. But the magnet just makes it whoop, straight on, easy, done. The black leather shoes have lovely details on. You know, it's nothing over the top. They're nice, they got shine. Oh, and it all just blends in so well with each other. I can't praise the body and the head sculpt enough, but I'm probably going to talk about that more with the pros and cons. But for now, we're moving on to the accessories. And this has so many that you can just create dioramas with. It is absolutely incredible. Like any figure, interchangeable hands. There are 5 pairs. There's one pair of relaxed, one pair of wand holding, one open grip, one spellcasting left hand, and a dueling left hand. Obviously, the black robe that I spoke about earlier, that is an accessory in a separate section. And then this is where it really shines for like diorama-wise. You get the potion classroom accessories, and this is basically the majority of it. Where you get a magic wand, 1 test tube rack, 5 test tubes, 3 small bottles, 3 large bottles, 3 potion bottles, and then you also get a cauldron and a cauldron stand, and those are mainly to pose with on the display base. So if you do want to use the stand, even the display base looks phenomenal. It's got little potion bottles underneath with the Severus Snape name. Honestly, the detailing is fantastic. And the little cauldron on there, just to accessorize it and make it pop out even more when it's on your either shelf or cabinet. And then, of course, one of the last accessories you get is a spell book, which I think is very cool for the posing. When you see all of this together, you start to understand the price tag a lot more. Because, I mean, if you do create dioramas, I think having all of this is so much like to play with and set up to create scenes. I start to understand the price. Because when Hot Toys does their DX line and they offer, a cardboard cutout, it really makes you scratch your head as to why you're paying near £300 for something that's supposed to be premium. Where this, I think when it came out, was about £400, and you actually get a pretty extensive list of stuff, which doesn't really feel like a very cheap, either like a low-res picture or cardboard cutout. So I'm very impressed. So that now brings us to articulation. Does he pose well? Given the fact that he's got so many layers, I thought this was going to be awful. You'll probably be pleasantly surprised. He has a full range of motion. I had no struggles with anything, really. Like the arms all the way up here, all the way down. You know, they don't get stuck like here, like bloody Ahsoka. I don't know how they did it. Like, I don't know how they've managed to create the clothes to feel that tight and loose at the same time, so you actually have the movement. But I'm impressed. I mean, the hands can bend basically any way you like. The shoulders have good range. The elbows bend sufficiently. I mean, the legs, they can be adjusted for like walk-in poses too. And I mean, even the head, where it is a magnet, you're not going to have any issues turning it how you want. Even if you want his head backwards, you could if you wanted. I don't know why. Yeah, no issues. It's phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal. I think the only bit that was a little bit restricted was the torso. Didn't really feel like I needed to use it too much. As long as the arms have full range of motion, I'm pretty impressed. Because, I mean, the body underneath is fully articulated. And InArt, honestly, they've done a fantastic job balancing posability with the, I guess, the visual fidelity of the costume. Dynamic poses are achievable with this. For the most part, I'd imagine most people would really plan out how they're going to pose this on the shelf. It'll be a bit more thoughtful with like proper intention. I don't think you'd be wanting to do like climbing up the walls, but I felt like that was definitely possible. Cannot praise it enough. And now I'm struggling to think of cons. Height comparison, I don't have any other Harry Potter figures, so this is going to be a weird one. I'm just going to put him next to John Wick, just because they both have that dark sort of demeanour about them. And, you know, kind of similar hairstyles. Snape, obviously a lot taller. John Wick, as menacing as he is, quite short. Quite frankly, in a Harry Potter collection, he will blend in very well. I wouldn't see any issues there. Now, I want to give you a summary with the pros and cons, okay? So what I said at the beginning, I think it's very important. When I first opened the figure, I felt a bit deflated. I bought it and I fell into the hype of it. I didn't have any FOMO or anything like that, but I was expecting, I guess, just the textures to be different. Again, the more time I spent with it, the more time I got to look at it in different angles, different lighting, the more I realised, yeah, I can understand how if you're going to pay for like a DX Hot Toys and then feel a bit ripped off, when this only costs £100 more and you get so much, plus the magnet eyes are genius, I started to understand where the price tag sort of comes in. Ideally, it would be great if it was cheaper, but as far as 6 scale market goes, I think it's good value for money. So let's just get into the pros and cons. Magnet eyes, number one, okay? I'm going to point that out straight away. If you've been listening to the review, you'll know I'm going to be raving about this for a long time. The likeness to Alan Rickman is phenomenal. Like the paintwork, I mean the tailoring, everything about this figure was phenomenal. The rooted hair looks good. I mean, it gives you more options to customize, whether you want to or not, up to you. Accessory count is through the roof, and again, justifies the full size of the box. And I'd say the presence on the shelf is truly great as well. So if I have to play devil's advocate, like I do in every video, and I have to come up with some cons, what are they? It's going to cost a lot of money, so if you are thinking of getting this figure, don't expect to get it cheap. But if you do, honestly, I'll applaud you. Well done. It's a no-brainer to get this. Honestly, if you can get it for less than what it is now, no-brainer, absolutely. I mean, it's still worth the money now, but again, I'm just saying, big price tag, you got to think about it. And then I guess the only other con, which didn't happen to me, but I've seen reported, are the magnet eyes can start to cause, well, not cause problems, but just not work as well. I guess that's something to look out for. Yeah, that's all I can say. So let's just jump into the rating then, because quite frankly, I don't think I've ever been this flabbergasted with a figure. Now, for the price and everything about it, what would I rate this out of 10? I'd say it's an easy 9.5. An easy 9.5 out of 10. I think it's great value for money. And the 0.5 is just for potential issues that might come up as a devil's advocate role. Yeah, it's incredible. And there's a reason these sell out so fast. And there's a reason why they're very difficult to obtain for the most part, especially some like InArt Gandalf. I completely understand why InArt are kind of taking over the space. For me, nothing but praise, but if you are considering the figure, I hope going into depth with this and providing some of the cons as well has helped make an informed decision. In fact, I will be selling mine for cheapest on the market as of right now, due to the fact, and I do like to make space for some figures that I am going to keep. And you might say, most of the ones I've had, but I do need to get some in and out. And I will be doing a video very soon on my actual collection, so you can see the ones that I keep and haven't reviewed yet. Upgraded suit Green Goblin, the brand new Beetlejuice, Kang, a hell of a lot of Star Wars and Lord of the Rings. I have way too many. I'm a bit sad to see this one go. You know, for me, having that budget to increase Blaze standards or just figures that I do really want to get from franchises I love, that's what I'm probably going to do. And if I will re-spend that money, it probably will be on an InArt Lord of the Rings figure like Aragorn. But anyways, guys, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed the review. If you did, make sure you leave a like and drop a comment down below if you also see the hype like I have now managed to fall into. Because honestly, I'm blown away. If there's anything I missed, feel free to let me know down below, and I'll try and follow up with a YouTube short if he's still in my collection. But anyways, guys, thank you all, and I'll see you in the next one.